being audio and videotaped. Ron, you want to go with the warrants? Well, sure. I was going to do the warrant, but whatever. We'll stand for the pledge. Yep.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we do have two warrants before us. First one is fiscal year 2026-05. It's an accounts payable warrant in the amount of $429,981.16. And the other warrant is also 2026-05. It's a payroll warrant in the amount of $213,779.89.
All right, thank you. Just want to say again how impressed I am with the highway department. I see they did a bunch of work up on Route 148 and Town Farm Road, and the guy just, with his crew, just continues to impress. He's out there every day, so I'm thankful of that. And number one, grant administrator contract discussion from Roughly Consulting. I think that is a very fair price to take over the $1 million grant on Gay Road, basically $6,000. I've had a chance to look it over a bit, and do you guys have any, and I'm good with it, so are you, Beth and Sarah, are you guys?
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the grant administrator proposal by Roughly Municipal Consulting for the Gay Road project.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 I did want to just ask a quick question. Is she aware that we're behind on our filing, so she's going to?
Oh, she's aware.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, because we just need to make sure that get caught up.
I didn't want, she'd come and probably smack me if she, we had her sign on it and then say, oh, by the way, we're a quarter
I just
behind.
wanted to make sure that,
Yeah.
that we were being transparent.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, number two, discuss and vote treasurer position. We've had some updates since we put this on the discussion, so I'm going to let you run with that, Ron, and bring us all up to speed.
Sure. As you're obviously well aware, we've had interviews with two candidates, Bill Schlossstein and Ben Gelb. They were interviewed within the last week or two. We do have some late breaking news. In discussions literally just last Thursday with the existing treasurer, Sharon Ashley, she had indicated that if, that's a capital I, capital F, if the town can hire an HR person, someone who would take care of all the HR duties and tasks, she is willing to stay on for treasurer only job responsibilities, and she would do so for approximately the $50,000, which would be, if you look at the hours, that would be taking the existing budget amount, subtracting out the HR portion of that, and Sharon's willing to take the rest of that. So she's not really necessarily asking for a raise or additional money, anything along those lines. The one ask she did have is that the board consider only 1 day a week in the office versus the 2 that she currently does. And she also had indicated if that doesn't work, she's willing to come back for the 2 days.
Okay. So then for the second portion, for the HR,
Yes.
you have interviews for tomorrow?
Correct. Well, we have, I guess, interviewed, discussed, Sharon and I, a young lady that was interning at Belchertown for the summer. She comes highly recommended by the HR director at Belchertown. Sharon was impressed, as I was impressed, with her enthusiasm, and I guess a key thing for there is that the HR director in Belchertown had also indicated she's willing to act as a mentor or as a consultant, for lack of a better term, if if AJ, her name is AJ Terry, if AJ does run into issues, she would have an open line to talk to Joanne, the HR director in Belchertown. We do have another person that will be interviewed tomorrow afternoon, and she was highly recommended by Deb Boyd and the schools. And we do have another, I guess, late-breaking one that literally came in over the weekends that looked promising as well. And at this point, there's a little bit of, I don't want to say confusion, it's a little bit unclear, at least to me, whether or not she wants the HR position or she wants the treasurer HR position. So with, actually, do I actually have it right here? Oh, there we go. Sorry, Jacob. Where she actually has quite a bit of HR experience, granted in the private sector, but once again, I think certainly worth looking at.
Sure. So I think it probably makes sense to just kind of kick this down the road a little bit and kind of let you do your interviews and make a decision based on how your interviews go.
Sure.
I think it's just too, I think there's too much up in the air to just say, to tell Ron to just move ahead with it depending on how the interview goes, but I guess that is a possibility, and we could kind of, if Sharon's willing to stay on and let us clarify this in 2 weeks, it might be a better option.
Sure.
What do you guys think?
Or could we just set up another meeting for Tuesday of next week that the only topic we put on it is a decision about what to do to go forward on the treasurer position?
Sure. We can do that.
Sarah, are you
I'm not sure I
available for-
totally agree on totally.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
You want me to post it 7 next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's.
Yeah, and I just kind of want Ben and Bill to know where we stand, just update them.
Yeah.
I don't want them to think, I mean, yeah, they can watch it, but still, I don't want them to think that, we're ghosting both of them.
No,
Yeah,
I will reach out to both of them tomorrow, bring them up to speed as far as where we are, so they're not left hanging.
Yeah, thinking, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I think that's good. Yes. Do you mind coming up to speak into the mic?
Jeff Clark, 101 Brunel Avenue. I just had missed whatever previous discussions about how the whole thing was going to fit together. Is the budget for next year for the treasurer position, if the two are split up, it'll be basically the same for whatever happens?
We might.
Or there'll be an
bring-
increase or?
As of right now, we're hoping not for an increase based on what we're offering per hour, but I think it's going to depend on these interviews, how it goes. But Sharon
Okay.
is willing to take significantly less because she's doing less work. So
Yeah,
the
I
money
just
that-
don't know what an HR person
Yeah.
makes, so I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. So, I mean, it's not going to be a massive increase possibly,
Well-
or we don't, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it
Yeah,
stays the same.
I would suspect not, but obviously, we have to hire them. We do have fairly long runway still in FY '26, so we'll be able to better decide if those are adequate hours as we enter the budget season.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you. So we're good? All right. Number 3, sign memorandum of agreement for rectangular rapid beacon pedestrian crosswalk sign assemblies. So I'll entertain a motion to get this done.
Okay, so,
Where is it going?
yeah, I was going to say, I hadn't seen, was there email traffic about this?
It's not
Because you and I
in there.
talked earlier,
No, it
and then,
wasn't. He brought that in. Kyle brought that in,
oh, okay,
physically handed it to me.
okay. Yeah, I just talked to him today, and he didn't say anything about it. Huh, interesting. So is there any cost to us then, or is this just an agreement that will take appropriate care of their signs?
I don't see any cost associated with it in the
Yep.
contract, so
All right, so I'll make a motion that we accept the memorandum of agreement for the rapid flashing beacon pedestrian crosswalk sign assemblies.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
May I approach?
Sure.
Thank you. J.D. Holcraft, Allen Road. You just want to explain to the people what this is all about? The crosswalks, and where's the crosswalk that you're specifically talking about? And what's involved? Are you putting new signs up, or what's this all about?
Looks like it's one sign assembly, but I'm not really sure exactly where it's setting.
I'm wondering if he's looking at doing the one by, that's on 148, because of the fact that that's probably the highest speed crosswalk that we have in town.
Well, it says Exhibit B. Where's Exhibit B? It says the municipality has requested that Mass DOT provide one or more of the assemblies to municipality for installation at the locations indicated by municipality in Exhibit B, which
Yeah,
are
so we're-
within municipality-owned public roadways. So where's Exhibit A and B?
We're lacking the map to show exactly where it is.
I just texted him to see if he could tell us where they were going in. He's 9 at Proudy through a grant, so basically no cost to the town, and it's the one at Proudy Street, which would make sense.
So that's
the
good,
other
yeah.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
so,
So Route 9 and Proudy Street, Dave.
That's just the one? Only
just the one, yeah.
Okay. Thought there was a sign there. Maybe it's just a stop sign.
There's a sign, but it's not, I think it's a flashing stop sign, not a flashing pedestrian sign.
A previous highway superintendent purchased one of those flashing stop signs because there was quite a bit of activity there, and frankly, we're still having accidents in that area in discussion with the police chief recently.
Yeah,
So-
so that at
All
least
right.
will make it a little safer for pedestrians.
All in
hopefully.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Number 4, town council fee discussion. I would like to do a little more research, and I'd like to table this for another meeting, unless you guys want to move forward with it.
No, I've reached out to a couple towns. I've gotten some responses, but I'm still waiting for a couple to respond back
Okay.
before I,
All right. So Karen, can you
Have
put
choice.
this on the agenda for the next 2 weeks? All right. Acknowledge the fire department's July report. So thank you to the fire department. They've had a lot of activity in July. I don't know where it puts them as budget-wise. Have you talked to Peter about that, Ron?
Get the last report that, expense report that Lori had published, we were right on budget.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Yeah. And there is quite a bit of activity, so. All right. Number 6, approve select board minutes. And entertain a motion for 8/24/25, 7/2/25, and 7/8/25.
I'll give you that motion.
All right. Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'm abstaining. I didn't read them. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
And I don't want to just quick read them.
All right. Number 7, discuss and vote the disposition of our special article accounts. So, this is probably not, we're probably not going to all agree on this, but there's a couple here that I feel like we should turn back into free cash, and I understand that it requires just a vote from the board to do that. One of the ones that I thought was really big was the fire alarm system for the second floor. Number one, I don't think there's any way near enough money set aside at the 80,000 to do what we need to do. And I guess in lieu of our insurance money shortage, I thought that would help us huge for spreading the deficit we have. But I'd be interested to hear what the board has to say.
Well, it's not going to help us for the deficit spending for the health insurance, because it'll be in free cash for next year.
Or a special town meeting, right? So, and it looks like we're probably going that way. So it doesn't have to be for just next year. It could
Well,
be.
no, because we can't allocate last year's, well, if our free cash is settled by the time we do our special, yeah, that's correct. So we could potentially turn it around that fast.
And Lori, in essence, once the select board agrees on a certain disposition of these, she literally is going to close the books for FY '25 tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
And then the handicap access for the second floor, it seems to me like we've kind of gone a totally different route than where we were going regarding that with the accessibility of the first floor and using the technology for the second floor, and that meets our ADA. Right, Jake, do you mind coming up and kind of explaining that so that?
No, not at all.
Kind of bring us up to speed on how far you've gone and when we'll be ready to have meetings on the second floor?
Right now the studio is, the studio being the cameras and the microphone setups are configured and ready. We are currently waiting on the studio space to be finished in terms of having the walls plastered and painted and a handrail installed. Once I am notified that that process is done, I can move in my computer and my server rack. I also sent an update regarding charter. I don't know if you got the email.
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
So we're also waiting on the cable franchise agreement to be settled, and we're currently waiting on Spectrum to get a draft back to us for that. So those are the two things we're waiting on. But otherwise, we're ready to go. So.
And this would be able to broadcast for us to have the meetings on the second floor.
That's
right?
correct.
So all the wiring's complete? The
Yep, wiring is
monitors, everything?
Yeah, wiring's complete. The monitors are installed, both upstairs and downstairs. The networking for everything is configured. We're just waiting on being able to move into the actual studio space and then getting Spectrum to get us an agreement so we can move the server from the school to the town hall.
Okay,
So,
perfect. Thank you.
absolutely.
So those are the two big ticket items that I see that are viable to turn back into free cash, the 80,000 for the alarm system and the 72,000 for the handicap access to the second floor. I'm assuming the 72,000, that was the start of an elevator? Do you
no,
recall
that was two separate votes for a chairlift.
Oh, a
So-
chairlift, okay.
was for a
That was
chairlift.
before my time, so,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, we did $40,000 and then COVID hit and the contractor ghosted us. And then when we reached back out, they had found another contractor, but it was going to be another $22,000. So they went back to town meeting, got the $22,000, and then that contractor ghosted them.
Wow.
And we had the turnover of the town administrator, so.
Okay,
At least 2017 or 2018 when it started.
goes back that far.
Yeah, yeah, because it was like 2000, I think it was 2018, and then it was at the beginning of 19, yeah, it was a 2018 town meeting, I'm pretty sure. And then,
That was my first year.
yep, so,
Okay,
okay, so I'll give you a motion to return the $80,000 and the $72,715.45 to be settled as part of our free cash application this year.
okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So it's my opinion, the rest of them, we should just carry over. So,
I know
don't-
there's a couple of other ones here that are probably,
which ones are you thinking?
the cemetery water lines, I think they're done with that project.
I did confirm that with Mr. Seaver.
They just got it in under budget.
Okay,
And then, I think that's the only other one.
okay.
The other one would probably be the police union retro wages, because if we voted it and it hasn't been paid out yet, I would suspect that that's also free and clear.
See, I thought that it just hadn't reconciled, but. so
No,
that's-
that would have been, I mean,
Okay.
that all should have gotten paid
Yeah.
out at the very
Yeah.
Oh,
beginning.
so,
In the
Yeah,
beginning.
so it's just a smaller amount of 6,000?
yes, the
Yeah.
$6,005.18.
And then the cemetery water line, it's just a small balance of $2,667.77. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would agree that even though those are small potatoes, it's no sense in leaving them out there.
Yeah, there isn't really any sense in leaving them out there. So I'll give you a motion to, in addition to the first two, to also return the cemetery water line and the police union retro wages residual to free cash.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I want to make one other point to do with the cemetery water line, that that wasn't a lot of money that they had, and that got put off a whole year based on the way it was handled. And I just want to say thank you to Dennis Clark and his dad, who did the bulk of that
That
work.
work.
And to have extra money out of that, I thought is commendable.
It really is.
Yeah,
Yep.
so-
Come in under budget
Yeah.
on something like that. Yep.
Yeah. And, you know, and in talking to Bruce one time, he said one of our previous highway bosses literally sat there and watched him work while he's volunteering. So I thought extra attention to that ought to be had just based on that. So thank you again. All right. Discuss community policing in Brookfield. I know one of the things that I would like to see is more of it. I know that Ron and I have been talking to the chief, and in talking to him, there's been a lot more police presence in town the last couple months, and it's noticeable because I've literally had people come up to me and talk to me about it, that it's happening. So now if we can, while they're out, just start interacting more. If someone's mowing their lawn, stop to say hello. Just simple things like that go a long way, and it goes a long way for the police department as well when it comes to the annual town meeting, right? People be throwing money at them if they're happy with the police, and that's, and I want to say that we do have a good police department, and I do like the
Yeah.
fact that I see them out more and more, and I would like them to see them step up the community policing in Brookfield.
Yeah, one thing, I did get feedback also from our paramedic crew, because apparently in some towns, they have challenges with the police responding proactively to ambulance calls.
I see these guys at every.
Well, and what I was
yeah,
going to say is
yeah.
that our crew does a really good job of being the first ones on scene, and there's been a number of what eventually were saves for the paramedics that started because we have police officers that not only show up, but will start taking action if it's appropriate,
Yeah,
so.
that's great. Yeah. So, Sarah, you have anything else?
No, I
on
met
that?
with him today, the chief. Auburn posted a thing on Facebook last week about them following some school buses during the mornings about school safety. So I kind of just met with the chief, threw the idea out there. So he's going to check with McCarthy, see if there's like any problems going on. So we just had a good conversation. Talked about maybe mixing it up besides sitting at Bay Path. I know Bay Path, obviously, he said in the mornings there's a group of kids that walk across the street, Route 9, so I said maybe in the afternoons. Maybe do a little bit of Central Street. He said that they used to talk to the kids on Central Street. So I said just maybe mix it up, follow the bus around once or twice.
Yeah, because I know I talked to him a couple, was it last week or the week before? was either last week or the week before, about the afternoon presents as well as
Yeah,
morning presents.
presents,
And I've
yeah.
been seeing that,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and like I said, yeah, I told them it wasn't that they're not there. The idea just came, I literally just saw Auburn posted on Facebook that they were following the bus around. So I thought it was kind of a good idea.
So I've had several calls about Pleasant Street as well, that the parents picking up and dropping off is an area that needs to be addressed also. So Ron, if you could reach out to the chief and make sure we hit Pleasant Street as well. And
Yeah.
my only concern with Central Street is that is really congested in the morning. And a few years ago, when my daughter was in the elementary school, I would see the cruiser on Central Street, and I thought, oh my God, he's just adding to the congestion here. So
Yeah.
I didn't think Central Street
Yeah.
was such a great spot, but I do know I've had complaints on Pleasant Street, so.
And he did say there is a crossing guard or a custodian in the afternoon, just in the afternoon on Central Street that kind of directs the traffic or
Yeah.
helps the kids cross.
Yeah, the custodian was doing
Yeah,
that for a long
especially,
time.
and then in the afternoon, he does across from Bay Path too. So I said maybe in the afternoon, that's when they could follow the bus or do something else, where in the morning they're needed kind of
Especially if they
there.
have two officers on, the chief and someone else, right?
Yeah,
Then they can.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, thank you. And we did get their July 2025 report, so I have not had a chance to look at that, but it is in our packet, so.
Yeah, I didn't look at it.
The only thing I did notice off the top of my head, that there's roughly, if you count the businesses, schools, churches, highway department, town buildings, there's roughly 1,300 building checks in a month. The highest I've seen is 340 from the police. I would definitely like to see that stepped up. In June, I think they had a hard time hitting 200 out of 1,300. So.
Yeah, I think I asked him to run kind of a time check, like time and mile check, like to set some goals for a certain number of businesses for a shift for an officer and see like how, like what that, because I thought we had what, like 60, roughly 60 businesses in town?
I came up with like 43 to total an
Yeah.
average of 30 days in a month to get 1,300.
Okay,
So
yeah, so,
it could be as much as 60, but if it is, then that's going to make his numbers look a whole lot worse, so.
yeah. So I think he was gonna try to get with a couple of the officers and say, hey, hit 20 in a shift and see how many miles they did and what it
Well-
worked out to be.
Well, I've been asking for months for him to put 40 miles on in a shift because we have 40 miles of road. So in that 40 miles of road that they hit the 40 miles on, there's no reason they can't do the business checks in that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
And the highest number we've seen is 340 business checks. And it's pretty low compared to there being 1,300. And that's not getting out rattling doors, that's just driving through the parking lot, being like conscientious of the surroundings, so.
yeah, yeah.
So I think that we could get a lot more improvement, so, all right. That's all I have. Anything else from the board? We'll go right into executive session under exemption 3, and we will not be
Okay, so
reconvening here. We will end the meeting from there.
I'll make a motion that we enter executive session under exemption 3 for the purpose of, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open public meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body and the chair so declares.
Yes.
The select board is not to return to open session and that's it. That's the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Chafee, aye.
Sarah Campbell, aye.
Coughlin, aye.
All right.
Bye. See you next week.
Good night, Jeff.
So do we need to text Lee and get him over here, or?